We are aboard. Humans and elites. Will you not come with us, brother? No. This is our fight. And I will see it finished.
Johnson, do you have the frigate?
Yes, ma'am. I'll land her as close to the control room as I can.
Safe is better than close, Sergeant Major.
Roger that. And ma'am, it's good to have you back.
Halo. It's so new, unfinished. I'm not exactly sure what will happen when we fire it.
We'll head for the portal. And we'll all go home.
So, this section is called Broken Full Circle. Anyway, welcome back, guys. We're playing Halo. We are playing Halo 3. So, let's lore. Today we got again Mendicant Bias and Nocte Vagus, and also LePlagueDoctor. So, thanks for joining us, LePlagueDoctor.
There.
So I can't tell you how many years went by and I never noticed Forward Unto Dawn passing over that, like coming in there in that section up there in the cutscene.
I thought that was a nice little.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it. Don't get me wrong. I can't tell you how many years went by and I never noticed that. So.
Well, I guess I'll start off by saying, you know how early on I was like, there's not much logic going on in Halo 3? Well, right now, you travel to the ring, you want to stop the flood, blah, 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 and Rotus has taken everybody. He's going back through the portal. Why don't you just follow him and close the portal? Like, they're outside of the galaxy. High Charity is destroyed. There's no way they can come back. They don't have that much biomass left anyway. Like, the flood would just die off. Like, let them. Whatever.
Well, we don't know that for sure.
What do you mean?
Well, we don't know that that the flood would just die off. So, fun thing.
What's that?
I always love, I always love Cortana's line with that regarding that there. But anyway.
They have these a few pounds.
Yep. Yep, exactly.
Never been back here.
But anyway, but no, I mean, there's no guarantee that the flood wouldn't find some way to, feed itself out here, even granted how far it is. I mean, there could be untold numbers of, potential ships or weapons aboard the Ark the flood could use. Figuring out how to activate stuff. Who knows? So there's no guarantee by them just going through the portal.
There was never an explanation for why the flood how the flood got to this installation in the first place.
As it was
here.
High Charity crashed on the Ark, which is not very far from here. I mean, you can still see it in some scenes from where we are on the ring, so they're not that far away.
Yeah, but all the expanded media surrounding Halo 3 made it. Went into some pretty clear detail about all of the automation surrounding the core and what are they called? The Gatherers? Is it the Gatherers?
Yeah.
No. There's one type of Sentinel that is massive, and I'm pretty sure there are defenses around the core as well, so there's no way they would allow the flood to set foot on the installation, especially with the native Sentinels on there. Like, the defenses would be more than enough to handle the dwindling flood infestation.
Well, maybe.
Let it die off.
I don't know. I'm not entirely sure about that. Fun thing over here, if you guys are interested, is just seeing down into the. Not to change the subject on you there, but this is just one of those things I only recently. Okay, goodbye, bye, Mendicant.
Yep.
Well, I guess at least we're gonna have somebody exploring down there, huh? But I only recently just looked down here. Yeah, it's looking at all those subsystems down there. Anyway, we should probably go.
Doesn't it look similar to Origins? Like pretty much without snow. It looks exactly like it.
Oh yeah.
Go back and watch. It's very similar.
Anyway, I just like bringing that up because it's again something I only recently discovered. So, yep, I am getting dyed.
I'm very impressed that Bungie decided to go with the ziggurat architecture instead of pyramids, because that's normally what you see used in higher societies. They always go for the pyramids of various types, but ziggurats, those you don't see that in sci-fi.
Not as much, definitely. There's definitely a it's always interesting the influences that Bungie will use. Definitely some unique ones. Like I always thought it was interesting that they went with New Mombasa as the setting of those levels in Halo 2 and 3, or basically Kenya instead of some American city. And that 9 times out of 10 your Marine buddies aren't just like Americans. They usually have some kind of accent. Granted, it's kind of a bad accent at times, but it's still it's not your stereotype.
What was the point of having a game in Kenya when you're not going to see black people? Like, really? Africa? Like, you have more Hispanics in Kenya than Africans. And I'm just like, what?
Again, yeah, it's kind of iffy, but it's still it's still like a brave move to do, or it's not so much brave, but it's still an interesting move to go with these something that's not exactly the standard.
I mean, I agree, but I'm like, this just goes to 343 again, but they clearly, because of all the people in their company, they're more aware to representation, not just racially, sexually, gender-wise too. They have
arguably, but there's absolutely no female Marines in Halo 4.
Yeah, sadly.
So that could be attributed to a lot of things, but anyway, yeah, they'll definitely get better. They were definitely blasted for that.
Bonnie Ross will say. Yeah.
Yeah. I just finished a playthrough on Halo Wars. She was one of the project managers for that. I never realized.
Really?
Yeah, so she's been involved with Halo since at least, if you assume that she was on the project the full time, so since at least 2007, maybe even 2006. So I just thought that was really cool. I only recently discovered that, but
do you feel like doing a lore series on Halo Wars? Because I'd love to join you for that.
Oh, eventually, yeah. I want to do this for all of it, for all the Halo games. But I just, that's something I only recently discovered.
Has to be my favorite Halo game. To be honest, I
don't blame you. It's a damn good game. Great characters. I love the RTS. It's one of the most underrated RTSs in my opinion, because it did what it set out to do, which was simplify the controls of an RTS for a console setting, and it did that brilliant, in my opinion.
Well, that's the thing, though. A lot of the flack comes from the sheer fact that it's not on PC. If it was on PC, people wouldn't have a problem. But, there are plenty of good console games. Command & Conquer Tiberian Wars, it was good. It was a very good game. And, of course, it was on console. The controls could have been better, but RTS games on consoles aren't bad. And they're way better when it comes to lore. You can cram more into an RTS game, StarCraft as an example, than you can in an FPS game. So I definitely want to see more RTS games. Halo.
Yeah, I would love to see more Halo branch out into different genres. And yeah, another Halo Wars would be great. If only because we need to figure out what the hell Serena woke the captain up for. It's like they set it up for this great sequel, and then for reasons that I still don't understand, Microsoft shut down Ensemble.
Well, we are finally doing
Yeah, I'd like to do some research on that as well. The Halo Wars forum was my favorite forum of the time, and when the community was slowly dwindling, it really sucked that there wasn't going to be a sequel.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a powerful following for Halo Wars, even on Wasteland.
Oh, because majority of, well, not the majority because of how many members, but a good amount of the members from the Halo Wars forum went to Waypoint, so that's definitely a factor.
You can really see that. Okay, I don't know how many. You know, everybody criticizes June in Halo Reach, but I never got hit by him, and I've been killed so many times by Johnson in various playthroughs with his damn Spartan laser.
I complain about him because he talks so goddamn much, despite his bio saying he doesn't stat. So it's kind of.
I don't remember his bio saying that.
If it wasn't his bio, there was somewhere that said or implied that he doesn't talk that much, but kind of talks a lot. And I'm like, just snipes, man. Just snipes.
Yeah, because everything I've read about June was he was like the talkative sniper. That was it. That's what Bungie certainly tried to advertise him as, and they talk about that a lot in the Halo Reach commentary.
Fleets of
Oh, I love this line.
I would.
consume the galaxy of
But no, sorry, I just love that line from the Gravemind there.
Oh, and it's fine because I know the first time I heard that, I was just like, Iris. Oh my god.
Yeah.
One of the servers, the Didact Ponders, you know, where have they come from and why did they come here? You know, the Flood, they've consumed the galaxy before. So, you know, and we learned in Primordium that they spent 10,000 years outside.
Off doing something else, yeah.
Doing God knows what. So, yeah. That's why I'm saying, like, I'm not necessarily bashing Bungie, but they're not highlighting how disastrous the Flood is. Like, when you're playing this game, like, you can literally just bash them with a brood shot. Like, they're not tough to fight. They're not
threatening, yeah. That is definitely, and that's definitely a big criticism for this game, is the Flood were just pathetic.
It's a letdown, especially when you go back to Halo CE, how clever they were. They would.
Oh my god, the reveal of the Flood, and yeah, the gameplay, the way they played. And I think that
Halo 2, the quarantine zone, that was a massive battle zone. And like the potential just doesn't match up here.
Chief!
yeah.
Arbiter! Let's move!
Excuse me. Yep, another fun cutscene.
I
will say.
What happened?
Wait, what?
Always wonder what else is around here. Like, look.
Oh yeah, because there's all the. Oh yeah, same with the Ark. We were doing that. I was going to bring that up. Is like there's all these different locked corridors and you can't go in. This makes you wonder. Oh. Ah.
Well, before we go into the cinematic, can we talk about that line real quick? You know, do I take life or do I give it? Who is victim? Who is foe? This is the mission where we start getting some enigmatic responses from the Gravemind, and I'm gonna talk about the next one when it comes up, but it's odd. It's making you wonder what else is going on with the Flood. Like, are they being controlled? Is there an ulterior motive? Is there a more actual motive? Like, what is going on? Because the tone seems different now, doesn't it?
Indeed, it does. But I was gonna say, where the hell are you going?
Oh, I was waiting for you to talk. I was seeing if you were saying anything.
No, that's all I was gonna say. Is agree with you. Because there's definitely some the lines are incredibly cryptic, and the idea that they just he does bring up a valid point. Does he give life or take it? I mean, not as we see in Silentium, the things that he absorbs are not dead. They can be resurrected.
Same thing
anyway,
with human weakness.
Yeah. Anyway, can activate this, and then we'll continue the conversation afterwards.
Yank me, Chief.
I'm not gonna lose her, too.
Oh, hello. Wonderful news. The installation is almost complete.
Terrific.
Yes, isn't it? I have begun my simulations. No promises, but initial results indicate this facility should be ready to fire in just a few more days.
We don't have a few more days.
But a premature firing will destroy the Ark.
Deal with it.
Will destroy this installation. Unacceptable! Unacceptable! Absolutely unacceptable! Protocol dictates action! I see now that helping you was wrong! You are the child of my makers, inheritor of all they left behind. You are Forerunner. But this ring is mine.
So here's an interesting question about this particular encounter. Is Spark actually going rampant, or is he just following protocol?
I take no...
Especially after like what we learn about you know, Halo protocols in Krypton, when they're all trying to when they're all trying to destroy the Halo ring, the Halo rings after Mendicant Vagus had taken them over. So it's
the CE anniversary somewhat expands upon that. I mean, he was lonely for a while, and
yeah,
he itself kind of became his only companion in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's definitely somewhat rampant here, but is that the only thing's going on? Because you could still argue he's just following protocol to some degree. Because we're talking about destroying the ring. Anyway, back another cinematic time.
I'm getting you out of here.
No, you're not. No, don't let her go. Don't ever let her go. Send me out with a bang.
Chief, I'm so sorry.
So just to remind fans, Johnson is at least 80 years old at this point.
Yeah,
but anyway.
That up as well.
And again, at least.
Grandpa.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes you wonder why Del Rio was freaking out about John losing his mind in Halo 4 when he's, chronologically, biologically, what is he, like, 20, he's younger than 40, right? Biologically?
He's, well, it's hard to say, but I mean, just chronologically, he'd be about, I think it's 46 in 2557. Yeah, 46. Yeah. So, but Del Rio, yeah. But I mean, Del Rio might not know that. If he knows that Spartans were serving throughout the war, if he assumes, they enlisted at, at a proper age, he might assume that the chief is something like 60. But
true.
Honestly, that brings up a whole thing. I did not like the way Del Rio's character was treated. Wait, guys, ghosts down here.
You didn't like the way he was treated or acted?
No, I like his actor. His actor was really good, but I don't like
the actor's character, like Del Rio himself.
I didn't mind Del Rio, and I actually think that he got the short end of the stick. Like he was created. Hey guys, do you guys want to do the ghosts?
sure.
'Cause-
Oh, okay.
That's why I wanted to bring a fourth person on, just so we can do this fun little Easter egg. But no, I feel he was a character. He was only created to make some conflict. And honestly, I don't think that he necessarily deserved to be removed from command.
See that doorway
just
further
for
on?
leaving.
The ghost at.
They're all down here, down on this side where I am. So just down there, just down the one step. You should see him right there. Yep.
Okay, cool. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's fine. That's I have gone into rants before about what. I've gone into rants before about why I just feel Del Rio just got the short end of the stick, that he wasn't treated well. Especially after, like, they kind of built him up in the pre-release media, and there goes Mendy. Oh, God. Well, as long if you can make it back up.
Yeah, just keep going without me, because I'm... just go.
Yeah, you should...
Go on.
Yeah, you'll probably teleport up. And there I go.
But,
I just died. No, I just...
Yeah, this is
I
far
feel-
more
I really-
difficult than I remember.
Oh, it's not. It was never easy. I can't tell you how many. I spent like a good 3 hours trying to get the VidMaster challenge on with this. So yeah.
I wanted to bring it up right after the cinematic, but why do you
go
think
ahead.
Johnson cares so much for Cortana? Like, I can understand the relationship between John and Cortana, but what about other characters like Miranda and Johnson? Like, why? What is their relation to Cortana? Do you think there's more behind the scenes we don't see? Because we know Cortana is always communicating with Marines and setting up plans and stuff like that. You know, maybe she's talking to them a lot behind the scenes that we don't see, and because of those interactions, they've developed like a friendship with her. Like, do you think it's something like that?
Maybe. I don't know. I kind of assumed that it might have just been like them reacting to the way the chief felt for Cortana. You know, like saying like, you know, there's clearly some hesitation there when Johnson's asking the chief to hand her over when he just got her back. So
Yeah.
that, like, I always kind of assumed that it was just a
Spartans, go,
a reaction.
go!
So
Oh god.
I'll try.
Yep, here we go. Trusting me is a bad idea.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just so you know what you just got yourself into.
This is a beautiful atmosphere. Like, look at.
Oh yeah,
Like,
Head for the frigate.
I love going through this level after I've played it in theater and just looking at all the little things. Like, I think that my favorite thing is we're technically driving around the silent cartographer. And if you go into this, or what would be the silent cartographer, that same little island from Halo CE.
Oh, I can tell through everything.
Everybody does. I guarantee we'll do it.
it's really hard for me not to look at the core. Like, I'm just fascinated by it.
I know.
God, I almost made it. Ah.
Now,
Ah.
I have to catalog this on Waypoint, but do you think it's possible that there's some sort of master shield world facility that actively makes replacement shield worlds? Just like,
I had not actually thought of that.
Or...
I would probably say no. I would probably think no, just because the only reason. Oh shit! Sorry, dude. I was gonna say I'd probably say no to that, just because the only reason we have the arcs is because the plan got, that plan got approved by the council and had a strong following. Since the Didact's plan didn't have a very strong following outside of his Prometheans, I would probably think that they didn't have a master facility to make a whole lot. But then again, we have shield number, the shield world 045 or 0459. So who knows how many shield? Like, if that's an actual designation based on how many there were, or if that's something else. Who knows?
You think you should drive? I'm gonna let you drive.
I dropped you off by the other one.
Yeah, but the building's already falling.
if possible, can I drive? like I should drive.
Okay. Victim back.
Yeah.
You might want to hurry up because the
Stop and switch.
No, you don't. You really don't.
Oh, bye, Nocte.
Otherwise, I would happily like stop and pick you guys up. But oh god, the lag.
Hurry, Chief. Don't
Lag.
stop.
Now,
But yeah.
what I always wondered about this mission is, oh yeah, we're definitely dead.
Yeah, I told you.
Doesn't Forward Unto Dawn have a dumb AI? Like, shouldn't it? Or did they just kind of bank on Cortana for that? Well, no, she
I think
was
that-
there at the time. So,
I don't know. Actually, that's another brilliant question.
because if it has a dumb AI, couldn't Cortana just say, hey, you know, come pick us up, or, you know, help us out? Like, or couldn't she just control the frigate in itself naturally? Like, I always wonder why there wasn't some sort of interaction between her and the ship.
There's a lot of holes they could think of there. Like, why couldn't, like back in Halo 2, why couldn't Cortana just, you know, make a clone of herself like she did in First Strike to set up our High Charity?
Well, we know it's dangerous. Well, to do that. That's why she really wasn't trying to. But I'm glad you brought that up because I keep forgetting to ask that. She was supposed to detonate High Charity, and
I think they explained why they did.
that.
Yeah, I think they explained why she did it in Human Weakness. Like basically, if I recall, I might be wrong about this, but the Gravemind had disconnected whatever system she needed to do that.
I'll go back because I must have missed that then. I really wanted an explanation for that. Because to me, it was always kind of like Cortana was trying to act hard. Yeah, I'll definitely kill myself and destroy the city and the ring, but you know,
oh god,
Ivana, she asked for a Nova Bomb and she never does any of that.
Yeah, that's another big one. Is like the message she sent out that got picked up. Oh god, this thing is going all over the place. Okay,
Roll.
there we go. Hey guys, I see you.
I know
Sorry,
you've
y'all.
done your Floodgate video already, but did you wonder how the elites were aware that Cortana was on that ship and Johnson by that extension? I need some water. Because every time I play that level, Miranda brings up how the elites are looking for something, and they don't trust the answer that was given. Johnson instantly says, it's Cortana, she's on the ship. Like, how did he come to that conclusion? It's completely out there, and there's nothing for him to base that on.
I thought the elites had told them that it was Cortana they were after.
They lied to them. Whatever they said, they weren't buying it. And then Johnson says, "Oh, Cortana must be there." So
I don't know then.
Interesting how little we know about this damn game.
I know. And the more I play it, the more you play it, the more you realize that. Especially you play it like. I've been wanting to get guys from the archive. We got a few of you guys on here for a while, mainly because I knew there would be some really great conversations about why these games make no sense sometimes. Yeah, when you really think about it, these games make no goddamn sense.
Well, don't no. See, now everyone's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, Toa confirmed it. They're jackasses." Like. But if you look at the scenery, which is kind of hard when you're driving, it looks very similar to what we see in Origins in the backdrop.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It keeps driving that home that Origins is going to be important. So everyone watching this video, go back, look at Halo Origins, and look at the visuals. And while they're not accurate, you know,
hold on.
Think about what could happen. Oh, we're dead.
At least someone made it.
Hang on! Chief! If we don't make it,
We'll make it.
it's been an honor serving with you, John.
For us, the storm has passed. The war is over. But let us never forget those who journeyed into the howling dark and did not return. For their decision required courage beyond measure, sacrifice, and unshakable conviction that their fight, our fight, was elsewhere. As we start to rebuild, this hillside will remain barren, a memorial to heroes fallen. They ennobled all of us, and they shall not be forgotten. Reset! Up! I remember how this war started, what your kind did to mine. I can't forgive you. But you have my thanks for standing by him to the end. Hard to believe he's dead.
Were it so easy. Things look different without the Prophet's lies clouding my vision. I would like to see our own world, to know that it is safe. Fear not, for we have made it safe. By your word, Opportunity. Take us home.
Chief? Can you hear me? I thought I'd lost you too.
What happened?
I'm not sure. When Halo fired, it shook itself to pieces. Did a number on the Ark. The portal couldn't sustain itself. We made it through just as it collapsed. Well, some of us made it. that you did it. Truth and the Covenant, the Flood, it's finished.
It's finished.
I'll drop a beacon, but it'll be a while before anyone finds us. Years, even. I'll miss you.
Wake me when you need me.
So who wants to talk about that ending?
Yeah, I'm glad we're doing that. First off, I always found it odd that John didn't just lock his armor to the ship instead of going through all the hassle of climbing up and, you know, pretty stressful, just lock your glove. But
well, because it's bad. It's because it's badass.
True, true. I always did wonder, though, why would Theo rush to the front of the ship and Cortana just kind of sit there? Wouldn't Cortana be more interested in steering it than, you know, Theo? Like, what was his concern?
Well, he might have been wanting to just get out of the hangar bay because he thought
that's
going to happen.
Or yeah, at least like the hangar bay is not a good place to be with all that flak and whatnot.
Which he obviously found out by almost getting crushed by a tank and off his...
and getting hit in the face by a warthog.
So, were you going to talk about the epilogue here, or do you want to...
If you want to take a second to talk about that, I mean, this is the time to do it.
Alright, well...
I mean, like, you have the big, like, going... If we're going to keep talking about things that don't make sense, the fact that, you know, so even though the last time we see Thel, he was in the bridge, and somehow he makes it to, like, pretty much the nose of the ship. And Chief and Cortana are clearly in a different place when they wake up in that last scene. So.
Yeah, it was most definitely an odd situation. Even more that Theo gets out of slip space in orbit, if I remember right. He gets out in orbit and then he lands in the sea. And the entire... Like, this is extremely precise work by Mendicant in a matter of milliseconds, which shows the capabilities of a contender-class AI for
assuming that is the case.
Oh, it should be. I mean,
oh, yeah, I agree. It should be. That's
because for those of you that aren't aware, in the terminals, Mendicant in the last terminal, he brings up his redemption, how now he's going to help the Chief. It's his duty, and he wants to keep you stable, keep you safe, and we've all interpreted that to mean, you know, later on in the mission, the ring, like as the ring's falling apart, he's doing everything he can to, you know, keep these platforms stable, to get you to this ship, to get you out before this ring activates. And just as you go through this portal, somehow, some way, he sends Steel back to Earth, which, you know, in itself kind of shows a lot, because Steel's not relevant to Mendicant at all. So he actually took the concern to protect someone else that's not relevant to him. You know, I feel like that's like an extra step. And he does that, and then he sends Chief and Cortana slowly to Rec Rim. And we know that destination takes several years, but, you know, he gives them that final push. And it truly sets the tone for the rest of the universe, because this, in a way, Halo's all about plans that don't really go as expected, and that's sort of okay. Like, we know the Librarian had intended for her husband to sit in meditation for all of these years and come to terms with his hatred for humanity, which in a sense is justified because, you know, they killed his children. He didn't have very much time with them at all. They're all dead, killed by Fourth and Cho, who later becomes one of his most respected comrades in a sense. He was supposed to spend all this time in meditation, but that doesn't work out because, you know, the foreigners destroy the domain. So he just sits there and stews in his own hatred. Mendicant Bias is sending you to Requiem in order to redeem himself. And in a way, he sort of dooms you. Like that, he literally...
It's a terrible irony, yeah.
I know, and it's just so... It's interesting to see how good intentions go wrong. And from there on, I'd like to see what happens with the Didact, because Frankie and 343 made it clear he's going to have character development and that he's still alive. So
he's gonna be a major player in the next two in the rest of the saga, even if he's not the main villain, so to speak.
And is he going to be an ally? What do you think? What do you think about that?
I know a lot. Yeah, a lot of people have wanted him to earn redemption to get redemption.
And it makes you wonder if Mendicant Bias and the Didact are working together, what cannot be accomplished? Because if that had happened from the get-go, the Flood would not have succeeded. So
probably not. Yeah,
we're going to have to fight something pretty significant to really give those two a hard time, and it's going to be interesting to see once again, like interracial relations. How is everyone going to react to working with a Forerunner? Like, I mean, if you're going to bring religion, like, think about religion. Think about your gods. Think about your idol and your god working together towards some calamity, because that's what it is like for these Covenant forces. Like, the Didact's a god. And for him to be around, for this being to have complications, to have emotions, to have all that, how are they going to be affected by this? Like, we see that he uses them in Halo 4, he manipulates them for his own means, but if we're going to be on good terms, like, you know, are they, like, how? It's just going to be interesting to see how everyone's working together towards, like, the Flood or possibly some other threat and the ultimate conclusion of that. Like, there's a lot to happen in the Haloverse, and I'm truly interested to see how it's going to play out.
Yeah, there's a lot to go. Well, for the sake of keeping my computer from melting itself, because it is searing hot right now in some parts, I'm gonna call it a day for this Let's Lore. Much as I would love to keep discussing this,
all right,
that should definitely be a podcast sometime. Just all that. But so thanks for joining me, guys. Mendicant Bias, Nocte Vagus, and LePlagueDoctor. So
it was our pleasure.
Yeah, thank you very much. This has been Halo Canon, and I'll see you next time, Spartans. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. It means a lot. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and maybe share it around on whatever social media you choose. Your support is greatly appreciated. I cannot stress that enough. Thanks for watching.